Picture this. A child plants a seed not knowing what tree it will become. A teen tends a garden they think they own. A young adult builds something lasting. A mature adult nurtures what others will inherit. An elder watches new seedlings break through soil they'll never see fully grown. Tonight, we're tracing the thread of stewardship, how our understanding of legacy transforms from childhood's innocent giving to wisdom's purposeful planting. You'll discover why the way you care for things at 20 looks nothing like how you'll care at 60. And more importantly, why that evolution might be the most natural thing in the world. Here's what might surprise you. The elder's deepest wisdom about legacy? It's something every child already knows instinctively. But we'll get there. As Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote, legacy. What is legacy? It's planting seeds in the garden you won't get to see. Let's watch that garden grow. Every child is born a steward without knowing the word. A small hand offering half a cookie. Watch a 4-year-old with their favorite toy. No concept of ownership, really. Here, you can have it. They give because giving feels good. They share because sharing is play. They protect the butterfly, not because they understand ecosystems, but because beautiful things shouldn't be hurt. Chubby fingers carefully carrying a wounded bird. Children are legacy in its purest form, not calculated, not strategic, just instinctively generous. Aristotle knew this when he said, "Children are the legacy we leave behind for the age we will not live to see." But children are also the legacy makers, creating ripples before they know what water is. The child's gift to the world. Stewardship without agenda. But then, something shifts. The world teaches them about mine and yours. And suddenly, teenagers inherit a world they didn't choose and rebel against the legacy they're supposed to continue. Bedroom doors slamming. Family portraits gathering dust. At 16, you're handed the keys to traditions, expectations, family businesses, cultural norms, and your first instinct is to throw them back. I didn't ask for this. The teenage heart beats with one question. Why should I care for something I never chose? Feet walking away from family gatherings. This isn't rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's the necessary fire that burns away inherited assumptions. The teen who questions why we've always done things this way, who challenges whether grandpa's values still work, who says, "But what if there's a better way?" They're not destroying legacy. They're refining it. The teenager's gift, asking the hard questions that purify what's worth keeping. But eventually, questioning becomes choosing, and choosing becomes "20-something stewardship looks like controlled ambition. You want to build something that will outlast you, but you're not sure what yet." Hands sketching blueprints by lamplight. This is the season of planting everything. Career seeds, relationship seeds, habit seeds, dream seeds. You're Warren Buffett's tree planter in overdrive, thinking someone will sit in your shade someday, but also secretly hoping you'll be around to enjoy some of that shade yourself. Apartment windows glowing late into the night. The young adult plants with purpose but limited perspective. You choose the career that feels meaningful. You invest in relationships that could become forever. You start the savings account, the workout routine, the creative project. You're building your legacy, but it still feels mostly like building your life. The young adult's wisdom. Legacy begins with taking yourself seriously enough to build something lasting. But there's a moment when you realize building for yourself isn't enough anymore, when responsibility expands beyond your own horizon. Forty-something stewardship shifts from "what can I build" to "what am I responsible for maintaining?" Hands steady on the wheel of a minivan. You're no longer just planting your own garden. You're maintaining the community garden. You're the one people call when something needs organizing, fixing, or funding. You understand what David Brower meant about thinking like a stream. Your decisions ripple forward and backward, affecting the generation you're raising and the one that raised you. Kitchen table covered with school permission slips and elderly parents' medical bills. This is stewardship with stakes. The choices you make about time, money, energy, and attention don't just affect your future. They shape the foundation others will build on. You're Vera Nazarian's master gardener now, watering, trimming, planting, weeding, because you finally understand that strolling through isn't enough. The mature adult's burden and gift, becoming the bridge between generations. But there's one more transformation waiting, perhaps the most profound. Elder stewardship is the art of planting trees whose shade you'll never enjoy. Weathered hands, placing seeds in rich earth. At 70, your relationship with legacy becomes almost mystical. You're no longer trying to build something for yourself or even for people you know. You're planting for the great-grandchildren you might never meet, for communities that don't exist yet, for problems you can't even imagine. Sunset through branches of ancient trees. The elder knows what J.R.R. Tolkien meant. I shall not wholly fail of my task. If anything passes through this night that can still grow fair or bear fruit and flower again. Your stewardship becomes less about controlling outcomes and more about contributing to the great continuation. Old photo albums, recipes written on index cards, stories shared on porches. This is where the circle completes. Remember the child who gave without agenda? The elder has returned to that same generous spirit, but now it's informed by a lifetime of understanding how the world works. The elder's final gift, stewardship as pure generosity, informed by wisdom. Here by the fire tonight, we see how stewardship evolves, from the child's innocent giving to the elder's wise planting, with all the questioning, building, and bridging in between. Linda Hogan was right. Stewardship is finally our place in the web of life. But our place in that web changes as we grow. The child tends to what's in front of them. The teenager questions what they've inherited. The young adult builds what they dream. The mature adult maintains what matters. The elder plants what they'll never see bloom. Your stewardship today doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It just has to be real. So here's what you can do. Look around your life right now. What's one small thing you're already caring for? Maybe it's a relationship, a skill, a tradition, or just the houseplant on your windowsill. Notice how you tend to it. That's your current understanding of stewardship. Now ask yourself, what's one small thing you could plant or protect today that might matter to someone tomorrow? Not a grand gesture, just one small act of care that reaches beyond yourself. And remember, Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. Think of the life you have lived until now as over. Live it according to nature, Your nature as a steward is already there, waiting to be honored at whatever stage you find yourself. The fire reminds us, we are all brief lights, but the warmth we give can outlast us. What will you tend in that light?